just can't get it on target. It hits the post. And Henderson this time with the ball in, and it's a really poor clearance from Yerry Mina. It's a wonderful finish, don't get me wrong, but just watch a big centre half here. I mean, that's not good enough. That's just not good enough. It's right in the centre of the goal, but Mo Salah's adjustment, the first time volley was perfection, beautiful.
Liverpool looking for a third.
Yeah, and Pickford at this point was making some good saves. That's another good header in the game from a set piece. And here's the Everton equalising goal there. James Rodriguez with the ball through to Coutinho, who's getting forward himself from left back. And just look at this header. It's a top-class header, no question. But defensively, he's got him. Trent's got it. That's not really good enough. I mean, it allows a simple cross. It'll take nothing away from Calvert-Lewin's header there. Great lead, really good accuracy. Heads the ball into the ground. Fantastic goal.
2 minutes later, another save from Pickford.
He was off his line very, very quickly there. They're scrambling around a little bit, but Pickford was lively. He made a lot of good saves up to this point.
Some late drama. Here's the sending off.
Yeah, and it's Richarlison. This is the correct call. This is an easy one for Michael Oliver. Thiago here. I mean, there's a couple of the studs that are high. Catches Thiago and his knee comes into him as well. And Thiago back is able to play. Wonderful ball. Fantastic ball. A crucial ball there. And there's the goal that would have been. Pickford should have saved this ball. I mean, he gets helped out here by the offside. As Lee Dixon said, when you're looking at that, I mean, he looks level. He absolutely looks level. But these new laws with the arm, that line is right on his bottom of his sleeve. It's such a difficult one to call that. I mean, you can understand the frustration of Liverpool fans on that one.
Extremely tight call there at the end means honours even. Everton top of the table, played 5, 13 points, undefeated. Liverpool in second, Villa and Leicester making up that top 4 with games in hand. Right, they're almost ready to get in their cars and take their trip to Manchester, but for some post-match thoughts, let's head back to Lee Dixon and Arlo White. Chaps.
Hi Rebecca, just looking at that situation at the end there, they do have access to different pictures in the VAR centre, don't they, the match centre, but from what we saw there, do you agree with Robbie that there was very little evidence in which to cancel out and disallow what was a dramatic late winning goal?
Yeah, and I'm sure Everton won't mind too much, but from the pictures we've seen, there was no way. It was an arm and a foot. It wasn't. It just didn't seem like it was offside. And the pictures they painted, obviously they've got different ones to look at. But what a game of football! We had end to end. We had incident. We had sendings off. We had injuries. We had should have been sendings off. Should have been red cards. It just had everything. It was a perfect Premier League hustle and bustle football match, and two sides going at it. You know, Everton had the better bits of the first half, but Liverpool dominated really that first half, and then Everton started to come back into it. I think Ancelotti will be pleased with the point in the end.
Talk about Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and you used the phrase, he's the next Duncan Ferguson. That is high praise.
Well, he's got everything for me. I think he's really almost grown into his stature as a centre forward, and I think the pace he's got. He didn't get an awful lot of service over the top, which he would have preferred today, but he's going to be a proper player. And when he was called upon to get him back into the game, what a header that is.
Rebecca, yeah, indeed. Rebecca, the wait goes on for Everton to win a derby, 23 and counting, but what a game of football that was. Incident packed, and we'll talk to you again from the Etihad later on.
Let's hope it was an amazing game of football. I thought Liverpool looked a better team for the most part. I thought Thiago, in a slightly different role, looked so silky and smooth. Everton kept going. They came back twice from being behind. I thought the VAR and those controversial calls helped Everton. But what a game of football it was, and nobody can kind of say that 2-2 isn't a decent result, but Liverpool fans will feel, wow, another day with a VAR, they could have won.
Before the game started, I know you fancied your old team, you fancied Everton to get the win. Are you disappointed in them?
Disappointed in the fact that I thought they played too slow, too pedestrian. We saw Villa got the ball, got turned, and played in behind. And it just seemed like as well as Liverpool pressed today, Everton dallied on the ball. What you need to do is get in between lines, get turned, and run beyond. And that exposes their high line. Everton never exposed Liverpool's high line today. I still think at the end, take it in context. I haven't won a derby in 10 years. I got that. But in context, they're at the top of the table. They should have been 2 men down in terms of sending offs. There should have been a late equalizer. A late go-ahead goal possibly by Liverpool. So in the end, think they're quite lucky to get out of there with a draw and still be in a position there. Yeah, Liverpool, for them, good reaction, good performance, good pressing. You know, I agree with saying about Everton, but it was hard. It's hard to play through Liverpool's kind of instant wanting to get that ball back, and that's what Jurgen Klopp wanted, a reaction much better from them with the passing and without the ball. But he will be frustrated they didn't get all 3 points.
Everton still top 4 contender?
Yeah, absolutely. Top 4 contender. Yeah, I mean, not going to be easy, but why not? For sure.
Yeah, okay, I think you agree. 2-2 in the first game of the day. Plenty more Merseyside derby